3-2 your final in a shootout. The Hamilton Bulldogs over the Lake Erie Monsters here at FirstOntario Centre. Laura Barney with Derek Wills. A big win for the Bulldogs tonight, Derek.
A huge win for the Hamilton Bulldogs tonight. 2 points they really had to have. Now they've got something going. They've got a winning streak heading into a big game against the Toronto Marlies tomorrow. And this game wasn't pretty. I mean, that first period was tough to watch. It was 1-1. But then the Hamilton Bulldogs, I thought, really got their game together in the second period. And they did what the coach asked them to do. The number one key from Stephan Lebeau tonight was to get the puck into the Lake Erie Monsters zone, test their defense, test their defensive zone coverage. I thought the Hamilton Bulldogs did a great job of that, all four lines, in particular Gabriel Dumont's line. But I thought Justin Courtnall had a heck of a hockey game as well, and the Hamilton Bulldogs really worked together as a team to pick up 2 very important points. And they didn't gain any ground in their fight for a playoff spot, but they didn't lose any, and the Lake Erie Monsters fell 2 points further back.
Now, how about the play of Robert Meyer? This is something he really needed for his confidence.
I thought he looked a little shaky at times, but overall I thought he had a heck of a hockey game and was really good in the shootout when he had to be, stopping 4 of 5 shots. He made some awkward-looking saves, though. Saves where he would be crouched down and then would lift his one shoulder up, and a couple of times the puck bounced off his shoulder pad and went somewhere that he didn't want it to go, which created some scoring chances for the Lake Erie Monsters. But he battled, and he really settled down in the second half of the hockey game and in overtime and in the shootout, and to help the Hamilton Bulldogs win this hockey game.
Now, Derek, everyone's talking playoff push for the Bulldogs right now. Where do you see this team?
The Hamilton Bulldogs have missed the Calder Cup playoffs the last 2 seasons, which is a first. They had never done that in franchise history, so they don't want to make it 3 years in a row. This team right now is focused on every shift, every period, every game. They have short-term goals, not long-term goals, but in the back of the coaches' minds, in the back of the players' minds, the Calder Cup playoffs, and that's where they want to be come the end of the month of April. And I think this team has the potential to do some damage if they get in. Getting in is going to be tough. They now have 22 regular season games remaining, so 44 points on the table. They're 7 points behind the Milwaukee Admirals for the 8th and final playoff position. If it was just the Hamilton Bulldogs trying to catch the Milwaukee Admirals, that would be a little bit easier assignment. But the problem is there's a bunch of teams between the Hamilton Bulldogs and the Milwaukee Admirals, and it's going to be tough to catch anybody but Milwaukee. Some other teams could fall back to the pack, but right now the Admirals are in 8th, and that's the team everybody's kind of gunning for. But there are a lot of good teams that are in a similar position to the one the Hamilton Bulldogs are in, and that's a ways back. So it's going to be a real battle down the stretch. I have confidence this team can do it. I think the key for the Hamilton Bulldogs moving forward, they can't lose back-to-back games anymore. If they can do that and avoid any losing streaks, they've got a really good chance. The way I see it, in the last 2 seasons, it's taken 86 and 89 points to make the playoffs in the Western Conference. Right now, the American Hockey League is projecting it'll take 81 points, which is low. I think it's too low. But if the Hamilton Bulldogs can play 600 or 650 hockey the rest of the way, they've got a really good shot to make the playoffs. And if they can get in playing that kind of hockey, they could be a team that makes some noise come the Calder Cup playoffs, because they're obviously going to be hot heading in.
All right, Derek, thank you very much for your thoughts as always, and now we're going to see what our coaches had to say.
We're really happy with the result. I thought we played a very good game overall, except perhaps for the first period. They came really strong at us. They were physical at the beginning of the game, and we didn't respond properly. But obviously, even if they took the lead, we were able to tie the game late in the first period. That goal gave us some momentum. And after the first, we had a talk in the dressing room, and we were able to refocus, regroup. And I thought in the second and third period we played much better hockey.
Yeah, I had a little tough goal this year at the shootouts. It was my first win this year. And early in the season, I had a couple of losses in the shootout, and definitely, I wanted to win this one. And especially now, it's huge for us. Those 2 points. It's not good that we gave up 1 point to Lake Erie, but at least we got one more point in them, and we're for sure gonna get on the hunt here for a playoff spot.
We know that we have to compete on every shift, and it has to be 4 line going out there with 6 defensemen, working together every shift to keep that momentum or to create it. And after the first period, I thought we just did that, and even when they score to tie the game 2-2 in the third, we were able to have a good reaction. We didn't panic. We kept our composure. And obviously, in the shootout, you need the keeper to make the saves. And tonight, I thought that Robert Meyer was rock solid for us in the net.